Hello, thanks for taking a moment to check out this recent video. My name is Alan Siebel. I'm a therapist here in the Eugene, Springfield, Oregon community. I'm also a motivational interviewing trainer, and in addition, I'm a member of the Motivational Interviewing Network of Trainers, which is called Mint. I just wanted to take a moment. I've been reading this book, and it's a book by Bill Miller, and I don't get anything for plugging this book. I always like to throw that out there, but I think Bill has some really solid books about, just around motivational interviewing. Of course, him being the founder, one of the founders of MI, and yet just some of his books really resonate with me just from the subject matter he chooses to write about. And this book is called On Second Thought, How Ambivalence Shapes Your Life by Dr. Bill Miller. And it's really gotten me to think, and even prior to this book, I was thinking about, I sometimes I'll just think about the subject of ambivalence. That's right, I just sit around thinking about ambivalence. But what's really amazing to me, and one thing he pointed out in this book, is when we think about ambivalence, with whether it be the people that we work with and maybe around people we know, is sometimes I forget about my own ambivalence. I will forget that I am just as ambivalent as a lot of the people that I'm working with. It could be on various things that I have this, like I'm contemplating on, why do I want to make this change? Why do I want to do these things? How can I benefit from this change and applying it to my own life? And when I'm able to really take a look at my own life, I think it allows me to be more open and more empathetic to those that I'm working with around their own ambivalence, meeting them where they are, talking about their ambivalence, letting them know that, ambivalence at times, sometimes ambivalence, if you want to use the term negative and positive, sometimes ambivalence can be a very positive thing. It can allow us to take pause and really question, why do I want to make this change, like I was saying earlier, and how do I really be successful in it? What's right for me? And I think with motivational interviewing, what I'm able to do is meet that person with that information about, like, helping them, engaging with them, using open-ended questions and reflections to draw out, what are the reasons? Why do you want to make this change? What would be different if you made this change? And hopefully help them, at their own pace, tip ambivalence in the direction of making that change, and I think it can be very powerful, when I approach it that way. I know in my past I haven't approached it that way. There's been plenty of times before I really embraced MI and really discovered how powerful motivational interviewing can be. That I really didn't acknowledge that my own ambivalence. I didn't acknowledge the client's space, and there's a friend of mine and a colleague of mine, Steve Berg-Smith, and he uses the expression no fixin', and I would try to fix. And at times I still do, don't get me wrong, and yet a lot of times though I'm able to step back, take a breath, and meet this client where they are and talk about their ambivalence towards changes that they realize they need to make, and yet they're ambivalent about, and be able to approach them in a way that's collaborative, and empathetic and caring. And let them know that that I'm here for you. Let's talk about this. There's nothing to be ashamed about. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. And let's talk about these things that you're ambivalent about. So those are just some general thoughts I had about ambivalence. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any comments or questions about this video. You can find my email on my website at alansiebellpc.com. In addition, there's more information on motivational interviewing on my website, as well as other videos and things like that. So once again, thanks for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I appreciate you. Bye-bye.